What's up, guys? This is Jono. I'm here getting ready to dye some discs. I just did a glue bed that I tried videotaping, and I was trying new things and screwed some things up, so I stopped the video because I was mad, but I still think I'm going to get a cool disc out of it. But it really looked like I didn't know what I was doing, so I'm going to try something else that's new, which is stupid again, but I just got this turntable and I really want to put use to it. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be dyeing this disc here. I've already put a stencil on it with some hot dip black. I used a vinyl stencil. As you can see here, I covered the parts that I do not want to be dyed. The inside of Mr. Sasquatch here. I recommend cleaning the disc with some dish soap, a magic eraser, just something to get the oils. I'm touching it, which I shouldn't be, just to get everything off of it so the dye sticks a little bit better. Especially like a brand new disc. They usually come with some type of oil on the top of them. You can't really feel it or see it, but it's there. And if you don't clean it, the dye does not take as well. So recommend that. Obviously dry it down a little bit, then you'll be ready to go. I'm going to do a lotion dye here, which I just used this cocoa butter. Get it from Walmart, Queen Helena. Helena, whatever, yeah, Helene. It's like $3-4. You can usually get quite a few discs out of it. I've even actually reused my dye bed after I dye a disc. Sometimes it actually leaves a pretty cool design in it, and you can put another disc in it, which is what I might try to do. The dye I'm using is, I got a bunch. I'm going to use some neon key lime, some pinkish red, some neon lemon, some fluorescent pink, and I got these cool new little bottles, flag blue and black, to get some smaller designs with. Most of this stuff is Pro Chem, which is what I recommend. I just started using it last year, and the colors really pop with it. Some of these colors do show up under a black light. I think the fluorescent pink and maybe the two neons also. The black is idye poly, which you can get at Joann Fabrics or a fabric store. Basically all I did with these is you put some powder in here. I put a little bit of hot water in with it to kind of mix the powder up, and then I fill it with some lotion and mix it up, and you're good to go. The more dye you put in, I think the lighter or darker it may get. I mean, I just kind of eye it up. I have these little teaspoon things that I put in there. I think I put like a quarter one of these in. I don't know. I just kind of eye it up. I don't really, yeah, here's a quarter. Usually put one of these in, and it's usually good to go. So yeah, I mean, you can kind of keep adding to it once you start running low. It's just one of those things that I don't think there's an exact measurement. You just add what you need to it. I got a plate here. I'm going to try something new, kind of a little bit of a spin dye bed, I guess, what you might want to call it. Never done it before. Probably going to screw it up, but that's life. So I'm just going to put some lotion in here. Just enough to kind of fill this plate. Just kind of mix it up a little bit. You will probably get some bubbles in it, which if you have bubbles, you'll see it when you dye the disc. Kind of sucks sometimes getting the bubbles because you get some spots where the disc stays white and doesn't take the dye. Sometimes you can shake the bubbles out before you do it. Sometimes you can use like a toothpick or something like a skewer to poke them out. Shake the disc around a little bit, beat it on a table, whatever. Sometimes that works also. Sometimes you just get bubbles. It sucks, but sometimes there's not really much you can do about it. Alright, I think I got enough lotion in here. It should be okay. I'm going to try to get this thing situated here to where it spins straight. Actually, that doesn't look too bad. I usually take something like a paintbrush, put it close just to kind of see. Nah, that's not very good. Let me try to sit it here flat. It doesn't look terrible. sometimes it's kind of a pain to get these things centered up to where you don't get any type of, I'll call it a wobble, but I guess you could say a little bit off center. See how it's touching there? I don't really want that. Stop it here, move it over. That doesn't look a little bit that way. That's pretty good there. All right, like I said, I'm gonna try something new. I'm gonna turn the speed up a little bit. I'm gonna start with a little bit of neon lemon. And I'm just gonna start from the middle and work my way out. We're gonna see what we can get here, boys. Let me turn it down, it's a little bit too fast. Whew, that looks cool. All right, start with that. Let's go to some fluorescent pink. And we're just gonna start from the middle. Work our way outside. Let's get the key lime. I don't know if I remember using this on a disc. Now, the last time I tried doing this, it got a little bit muddy in the middle, but I don't have to worry about that because the middle will not have dye in it because of my design. So that's one good thing. So let me try to see if I can get a little bit more here. There we go. That'll work. All right, what else do I got here? I don't want a lot of black. I just want black. A lot of times will put a nice contrast with the other colors. So a lot of times I'll just try to add a little bit of black here and there. So I think I'm just gonna try to kind of trickle some black. Let's see if I can get it to come out of here. I really don't want thick lines of black. I just want enough to kind of mix in there to give it a little bit of contrast. There we go. So these, just ordered these off Amazon. It's kind of nice because you don't have to worry about a lot of dye shooting out of these if you just want that little bit of touch with them. I'm going to try the same with this one. Just get a little bit of blue coming out in the center. A little bit here on the outside. And cool. All right. Let's get a little bit more here. There's not much dye here. All right. I don't like that there's not much dye here in the middle, so I'm gonna pull out. What do I want to pull out here? I think I'm gonna put a little bit of orange in here because I like orange. So why not? So let's try to get a little bit of color here. There we go. I'm actually gonna stop this for now, and I'm gonna try to fill in the spots where I didn't really get a whole lot of color. But remember, the way the disc is, I'm not really that concerned about the middle because a lot of the dye is going to be going out here. So the middle part, reality, I don't need a lot of dye there. And I don't want to cover the disc. I don't want the entire disc to be colored. I want some of the white to pop out. I also feel like I want a little bit of it. Yeah, a little bit more pink. I know pink's not a very manly color, but for some reason I really like pink on a disc. I think it looks really cool. Okay, so now, I mean, technically I could leave it like this. I could leave it like this, put my dye in, it'd probably look pretty cool. But I'm gonna mix these colors around a little bit because that's just what I do. So I'm gonna kind of try to go almost a zigzag. And I try to stay as uniform as possible. I mean, sometimes you don't, but this is what makes this stuff cool, is that every time you do it, it's a little bit different. I think that looks cool, right? Looks pretty cool. What do I want to do with the center here? I think I want the center to be a little bit different than the outside. I think that would look really cool. So maybe I'll just bring these straight down, kind of like this. A little bit different here. Now remember what I said, the middle I'm not as concerned about. I think I'm going to put some, just in case it hits on certain parts, put some kind of little design up in there, but I do like to get this mixed in a little bit more. That looks pretty good. Let's see if that hits there. That'll be a little bit of color. That looks pretty cool. Let's bring that in a little bit. So yeah, I think that looks pretty nice. I like the way that looks. Let me see how it's gonna fit on my disc. That looks nice. Cool. And that's pretty much it. That's all you have to do to get something. I mean, you do whatever you want to do. There hasn't been too many discs where they've looked bad. The fun part about it is you can try different things every single time, and you could try the same thing every single time, and your discs are going to come out different, which is what I like about it. Is I could try the same thing every single time, and I get 10 discs and they all look different. Now, when placing the disc, oh, okay. That's what I get for using my wife's thing. All right, we're good. So anyways, I usually let these discs sit at least 24 hours. The longer, the better. Usually a white disc takes pretty well. You can leave it 24 hours. You could technically pull it sooner than that, but why? Why not let it sit, get the nice saturation, you're good. I usually hold the inside of the rim like this. You can put tape on the back so you can lift it, however you want to do it. You always want to put the disc one end in first. You don't want to just put it down in. That's how you get air bubbles. We already talked about it. We don't like air bubbles. So let's set this sucker in. Center up the best you can. I'll kind of go like this here. That looks pretty good there. So I'm going to just take it. Center it in. A lot of people maybe will put like a weight on top to kind of push it down in. What I do is honestly, I just take it and I kind of just push it down in until I kind of see the dye come up around the rim, because obviously you want the rim to be colored, right? But what you don't want is you don't want to push it to where it hits the bottom. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll kind of take this dye here and I'll just kind of push it up around the edge. That way you're not pushing you're not bottoming your disc out, because if you do that, the dye won't take in the middle very well. So I'll just kind of push this, there's no point wasting all this dye on the outside. So you just push this all the way around. You can always go back. If you get some on the top, you can just go wipe it off when you're done, because the lotion doesn't set that quick. It's not acetone. Acetone, if you use anything acetone based, it'll take right away. It's not forgiving at all. The lotion's very, very forgiving. You can use the lotion to paint on designs or anything, and if you put lotion, if I would pull this out right now and wash it, pretty much none of the dye would take. I'm going to push this down a little bit more. But I can already tell just by hitting this edge with this dye, that these colors are going to look really cool on this disc. They're just something else. The blues and the pinks, the orange, the yellow. I mean, I guess all the colors, but these Pro Chem colors just pop. They look really, really cool. Alright, I think that's pretty good. I unfortunately did not bring down any paper towels to clean up these edges with, but you get a little dye on the inside. I mean, unless you're doing some type of commission job or anything like that. I mean, especially if it's just a disc for yourself, not that big of a deal if you get a little bit of dye on the inside. Done it quite a few times. So, actually, to be honest, I know a lot of people, they like the inside of the disc dye. They like the inside of the rim being dyed. So that is also an option that you can do. You can dye the inside of it, and it looks kind of cool. Here, let me get my towel here. But yeah, for the most part, this is all it takes. Just some dye and some lotion, and you know, you obviously don't need a turntable. Just do it yourself by hand. But yeah, that's it. I will post another video of what this ends up looking like when it's done. Thanks for watching.